Next up, we'll talk about tables or databases, as well as visualizations and dashboards in Parabola. Now, as I drag a step onto the canvas here, you'll see we have some different options for how we actually want to create this table in Parabola. Now, you can think of Parabola tables almost as databases that live in Parabola, allowing you to pass up to 5 million rows of data between flows. And so here I will name my table Parabola University Sample. And in this case, I actually want to overwrite the table every single time this flow runs with the most recent data. But we also could, for instance, append new data every time the flow runs, or even update existing rows in the table, much like you would with a database. In this example, I'll show updated results here to save what I've done, and now we've created this table that lives in Parabola. Now, if I go ahead and actually run this flow, what we're doing here is actually storing this data in our table so that it's accessible across the different flows in Parabola. So now if I jump over to a different flow, give this page a quick refresh, I'll be able to use now a pull from Parabola table step. And if I click in here and search for our Parabola University dataset, show updated results, we can see what flow this comes from, and now we can see our dataset right here as well. Now, as for visualizations, very similar concept here. We can drag a visualize step onto the canvas, and with this step, you can either have your data expanded right here on the canvas, or you can shrink it down into a little visualize step. What this does is by having a visualize step on the canvas, we also now have data populating in our dashboard here. But we don't just want a table here. There's more that we can do with this data. For instance, in this example, maybe we actually want to create a table that shows us sales over time. I'm going to open up this view here, and I'm going to change this in the top left from a table now to a column chart. In this example, maybe I want to call this sales over time. And on my x-axis, I basically want to see time, right? So I'm going to go with our order date, which we have formatted as month year. And for our y-axis, I will make this revenue, and I will look at the sum of revenue for each month in our data set. From there, we can do some things like make our x-axis month. We can go ahead and make our y-axis formatted as currency, and we can title this revenue. And we can see quite quickly, we've now added a visualization to the canvas showing us sales over time, which we also can see here in our dashboard. Now, beyond just creating this one view of the data here, I might want to have a couple different views. So for instance, I can click up here, create a second view. Maybe this time I want to actually group it based on our product title. And as you learn here, there's a whole lot you can do within these tables, whether that is color coding, heat maps, creating different KPI dashboards, really however you would like to build that custom dashboard in Parabola, Visualize Steps will help you get there. Now that we've walked through how to create tables and visualizations in Parabola, be sure to check out the building challenge below to put this to the test.